could have made this music like when I was an 8th grader. Not taking anything away from it. Come on, motherfuckers. Fuck out the motherfucking way. They're masses, just like witches in black masses. Turner, pot destruction, sorcerer of deconstruction. The body's burning as the war machine keeps turning. Hatred to mankind, poisoning the brainwashed minds. Alright, yeah. Armageddon, Iraq 2021. What's everybody up to? These motherfucking war pigs. What they gonna do when Biden gets in? They gonna go to war with Russia? Politicians have themselves to blame. They always started the war. Why don't they go out to fight? They leave that all to the poor. Yeah. Powerless. Making war just for fun. Well, just like pawns in chess. Wait till the judgment day comes. Should I get Ozzy on my fingers? Well. I got some other tunes in this car. What do you guys want to listen to? Oh, a little more Black Sabbath or what? No. This album was amazing. I discovered this album like 7th grade, dude. And that bitch was just jamming on my shit. When I first discovered rock and roll, because I like, maybe 8th grade, freshman year, because I was always like, listening to like DMX and like the Twister and the shit in the city. Then I moved out to the suburbs, and people were giving me like CDs I never heard and albums and shit. And I fucks with it. We got one good channel for rock and roll. This song's such a cuck song. Listen to this song. My love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer are gone. He's saying he's still gonna love the bitch after all her little boyfriends of summer moved on to other hoes. Me and my girl were in a car, like, she told me, she was like, have you ever listened to this song? I'm like, not really. It's like background music. Like The Loop is like the Chicago old rock station that got bought out by the Christian channel. I think they did that in major market radio stations where these Christian conglomerate bought out the most popular rock station in every major market. And there went The Loop. They said, you'll give us $1 billion. Bye. Man Cow was on that channel, so there's no more Man Cow for now. I don't know what this song is. Is this You May Find Yourself? I like this song. You may find yourself on the south side of Chicago, and you may wake up in Cook County Jail.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack.
And you may want to kill your cellie. On a Dan Ryan Expressway. Rock just hit my shit. With a beautiful wife. You may ask yourself, how did I get here? Days go by, the water flowing in the Calumet. Sears Tower. The demon silhouette of Chicago. The twin demons of the Hancock and Sears. Everybody, God bless. I'm making videos on this channel. This channel is going to be real shit. I'm not just going to, you know, do a persona or be silly. I'm going to actually talk about real shit. And, you know, conflict resolution, how all us men, motherfuckers don't need to be so tough. I don't know why everybody's got to be so damn tough. I'm sick of it. We don't have to all be tough. We can help each other out as men. That's my message in 2020. Uplift my brothers. Y'all already know. I'm trying to uplift people and bring them with me, or maybe they come up and bring me with them, whatever. If I come up, I'm looking out for people, bro. I like giving money away. Who don't? If I'm giving money away, that means I got some money. I'd much rather be in that position than need some damn money. I have to ask somebody. Ask yourself, which position would you rather be in? I was thinking to myself the other day too. Is it better to be a murderer or be okay, is it better to be a murderer or to not be a murderer? And then I thought to myself, well, that depends now. If I'm the guy who's gonna get murdered, or like if there's two people and one of them's a murderer and one of them's gonna be a murder victim, would you want to be the victim? You'd want to be the murderer. This is a weird thing I was thinking. It's abstract thought. But in that scenario, I guess I would want to be a murderer. I guess. Imagine how many motherfuckers would be getting murdered if there was no extensive, and they still only clear about 30% of the murders. You know, it's kind of a negative subject. I don't even know if I want to talk about it, but imagine how bogus people would be if there was no legal system put in force to motherfucking quell the tribal warfare of cities and shit. It would just be tribal warfare, non-stop. Get one for one. You take one of mine, I'm coming for 2 of yours. And now you're coming back for 3 of ours. Until everybody just dies, and then it goes through a period of ghost town. All the buildings crumble, and then there's a baby boom because they killed all the killers, and then it repeats itself. You see how some of these tribes in Afghanistan are. They literally go out and kidnap each other's cousins and shit, and they hold them hostage for some shit, for money. The tribes of Afghanistan are buck. I was watching the thing about Afghanistan, and the soldiers were like, should we do something about all this, these older people and these tribes fucking the little boys? So he said it to an Afghan, and the Afghan said, what you want them to fuck the little girls? And I was like, damn. Yeah, they're in the hills for real. It's accepted. Like, they have these boys, they call them the dancing boys. And I don't know if their parents don't have no money, or where these boys come from, or if this is how they make a living. But they come and they dance, and there's like 30 dudes sitting on carpets. I don't know why they don't like chairs so much in Afghanistan. They always sit on carpets or rugs with their backs to the wall in a room, and a boy will come in and dance, and the man, one of the Johns basically will offer him money and blah blah blah. And this is an accepted custom in Afghanistan. If you don't believe me, look it up. I wouldn't bullshit you. Why would I make some weird shit like that up out of nowhere? Can't make this shit up. There's no reason to make shit up. This is real life. There is no reason to make shit up. There's too much weird shit. But this is the channel. Everybody start subbing. Let's get this channel over 1,000. Let's just get this channel over 1 million real quick. so I could get rich and start passing out Christmas presents to all the homeless people in Chicago, all the prostitutes, all the heroin addicts. Get this channel going, man, so I can make a difference in this shit. Everybody wants to feel like there's somebody in Chicago. Everybody wants to make a name for themselves because we feel like our lives are passing us by. I think that's a lot of why men want women, because they want a witness to the shit they go through, so they can say, "You remember that time I got in that fight?" And then she'll be like, "Yeah, man, I was there. I remember. You remember that time I crashed that car into that wall, and then I ran from the police and hid in that garbage can. They got a helicopter out and everything, and they didn't find me and shit. Yeah, I remember that shit. You remember that time I drove that motherfucking Cadillac sideways down that motherfucking hill in a snowstorm, and I got that bitch out of that motherfucking gully? Yeah, that was my Cadillac, by the way, David. Oh yeah, that was your Cadillac. My bad. I fucked your Cadillac up, but you fucked my shit up too. My girl had a '92 Cadillac Eldorado. I painted it for her. I took care of it. I'm the one who put rear struts on it. Oh my God, what a nightmare that was. Banging off them rear, I don't know if you want to call them spindle knuckles or strut knuckles, or I did one and then I went to do the other one. I already did one, right? And I'm looking at the second one like it's impossible, but it can't be, because I just did one. And I'm like, okay, well, how the fuck is it so hard to do the second fucking one? But I just did this shit. I'm banging on that bitch with a ball peen hammer, with a mini sledge. Just banging on that bitch. I had to put rear struts on that bitch. And it wasn't because it had an air shock system, because it was a '92. I don't think they came out with the air shock till like '94. But what had happened? The regular it was a hydraulics strut. The regular strut just rusted out. I put brake lines on that Cadillac. Burgundy. Bertha was one of her names. We called her Ice Burgundy. But it was so clean. And then I'm driving all fucked up. I'm driving drunk, actually. This is when I used to drink. Driving through 95th and Pulaski. I gun it in the red. Instead of stopping for the light, get smacked. I'm on parole, right? My wheel, I'm smacked, but I think I can make it. But then my wheel starts losing air, so I'm like, fuck, I gotta ditch this bitch in the hood real quick. So I'm running around with 3 tires, one's flapping. I'm on parole. A parole officer starts hitting me, and I see it because I know what a parole officer's car looks like. It's got a U plate. I'm like, how the fuck did a motherfucking parole officer just happen to see me, and the regular police don't give a fuck? I run from him. I throw that bitch into a vacant lot. And I get out on foot and I run and they catch me. They stop me. The parole officer who was there calls my parole officer. He's like, do you want me to arrest this guy? He's doing a lot out here. You want me to violate him right now? My parole officer was like, nah, man, I don't really give a fuck. They sent me home with a ticket for driving without insurance on the car and not stopping for a motherfucking or causing an accident. Because I lied to him. I said, officer, I wasn't going to run. When I got hit, the throttle got stuck on this car because it's touchy. It's one of them old throttles you could like move with your finger. I'm like, let me pop the hood. I'll show you right now. It gets stuck. You got to grease the bitch. It rubs. And the motherfucker, I'm pressing the brakes and it won't stop. And then finally, when the tires started slowing down, I was able to jam that bitch in the park and fuck the transmission up and all this shit. I'm like, can y'all just leave the car right here so I can come back and get it when I get out? They're like, no, shut the fuck up. We're towing it. So the next day I had to go pay $400 to get the motherfucking fucked up ass Cadillac out of the motherfucking thing. I think I ended up fixing the fender. My parole officer came over about a month later and he was like, hey, you do know that when you get into like, you get arrested, because you were arrested. You were brought to the station, put in handcuffs and all that shit. You know when that happens, you're actually supposed to tell your parole officer. He's like, I'm not tripping though. I got murderers and shit on my fucking docket. You go ahead and just keep your nose clean. And he saw that I was doing good shit because I was taking care of a family member who was recovering from cancer at the time and all that shit. So, you know, it's like What's he gonna do? You know, take me to jail so I could go sit in an IDOC? And all I would have had to do is, I didn't commit no new felony. It wasn't even a felony. They might have, the most they could have done was, I might have had like 6 months left on parole. And they could only give you half of that. So he could have just held me for 3 months. He wasn't going to go through all that. He was like, just stop, bro. Just, I don't know what you're doing. Just stop it. But that's the story I have about the Cadillac. Everybody, God bless. We're going to make this channel cool. Imagine if this channel blew up. How much good shit I could do out here. How many people I could help. Wouldn't that be amazing? Alright, God bless.